She said, "It was a pleasure meeting you." And my whole soul trembled in silence too, like stars bowing down to a gentle moon, like oceans whispering a quiet tune. It wasn't just words she softly spoke, it was a promise wrapped in a tender cloak, a farewell smile, yet a lingering stay, a sunbeam touching the edge of day. Her eyes were calm, yet deep like pain, they carried sunshine after rain, and when she turned, my heart stood still, as if the world had lost its will. The wind repeated what she said, in echoes soft, through skies so red, and I kept hearing her voice anew. She said, "It was a pleasure meeting you." Each syllable carved inside my chest, a memory that denied me rest, and though she walked away that night, her words became my guiding light. I watched her shadow fade in glow of street lamps painting hearts below, and knew that destiny might be cruel, yet I was her unspoken jewel. Maybe she didn't feel the same, perhaps I was just a passing name. A stranger smiled, a moment gone, but her pleasure still carries on. I wonder now, does she recall that meeting brief, that gentle fall? Do echoes ever find her ear and make her heart remember? Dear, I wasn't ready to let it end, to lose that spark, to lose that friend. I wanted more than fleeting hue, but all she said was, "Pleasure meeting you." The night grew colder, my breath grew warm, as tears defied the evening storm. The moon became my silent guide, to trace her footsteps far and wide. The perfume of her passing air still dances round me everywhere, and though I walk a lonely lane, her memory hums a sweet refrain. Sometimes in dreams, she comes again, and says those words in voice humane. Her smile so bright, my pain undone, and morning comes. She's gone, she's gone. I wake and whisper, "Heart untrue." She said, "It was a pleasure meeting you." Perhaps that meeting was fate's small kiss, a spark that burns in timeless bliss, a page that destiny quickly turned, a lesson my soul quietly learned. She came like dawn on sleepless seas, then vanished fast, like whispered breeze. But what she left was more than flame. She left her voice, she left her name. Her laughter still within me rings, like doves set free with silver wings. And when I see the morning dew, I see her eyes, their ocean hue. I walk beneath the city's sigh, where lovers meet and then say goodbye, and every smile reminds me true. She said, "It was a pleasure meeting you." What is pleasure, if not this ache? The sweet that sorrow loves to make? A wound that glows with gentle art, a whisper tattooed on the heart. She might have meant it light and small, a courtesy, a common call, but in my chest it bloomed anew, a garden fed by meeting you. Sometimes I curse my tender soul, for reading depth where none was whole, for turning words polite and kind into forever in my mind. Yet that's what lovers always do. They paint the plain with heaven's hue. Oh, how I wish she knew the storm. Her sentence sparked in fragile form. The fire, the ache, the longing deep, the nights that stole away my sleep. I see her shadow in the rain, in music, light and passing train. I hear her tone in every hue. She said, "It was a pleasure meeting you." Seasons changed, the leaves have died, but still her memory won't subside. The same street corner, same cafe, still smells of her from far away. The chair she sat on feels alive. It hums her warmth, it seems to thrive. And when I sit where she once knew, I whisper, "I still miss you too." The waiter asks if I'll have tea. I smile and nod, "Yes, two for me." For one belongs to her, my ghost, the guest I lost, I love the most. He looks confused, but I just grin, because she's here, though deep within. And though the world can't see her too, she said, "It was a pleasure meeting you." My friends all laugh, they say, "Move on. The night is old. The dawn has shone." But how to tell them she's my dawn? The sun that glowed and then was gone? They never heard her gentle tone. They never felt that chill of stone. They never saw her eyes so blue. She said, "It was a pleasure meeting you." Years may pass, my hair may gray, but her echo won't decay. Plays like song inside my chest, a rhythm time cannot arrest. If ever fate will turn again, and bring her back across the plain, I'd smile, I'd bow, and whisper too, it was a blessing meeting you. Some love begins and fades away, some burns till stars forget the day, and some are built on fleeting looks, on coffee sips, on open books. That's ours. A chapter never done, a story set beneath the sun, a melody both short and true. She said, it was a pleasure meeting you. And so I live between her words, like caged and free, like earth and birds, and though she's gone, her light remains, within my joys, within my pains. When twilight hums a lullaby, I see her face against the sky, and stars begin to whisper too. She said, it was a pleasure meeting you. I walk by rivers lost in trance, remembering her single glance, how seconds bloomed to endless bloom, how night grew bright from morning's gloom. She wore no crown, no royal name, but in her eyes, the heavens came, a queen of kindness, calm and true. She said, it was a pleasure meeting you. Oh love, so cruel, so sweet, so brief, you write in joy, but end in grief. You teach the heart to hope and fall, to risk it all, to lose it all. And yet I'd walk that road again, to meet her once, to feel the pain, for one soft word, one fleeting view. She said, it was a pleasure meeting you. Every dawn still calls her name, every dusk repeats the same, and though the years may blur the hue, my heart still paints her, pure and true. Now sometimes when I close my eyes, I see her smile, I hear goodbyes, I reach, but touch the empty air, yet feel her soul still standing there. And when at last my time is through, when stars will claim what they once knew, I'll whisper back, beyond the blue, it was my pleasure meeting you. The years rolled by with quiet grace, but I never forgot that fleeting face. The wind would hum her name at night, the stars would whisper, soft and bright. The seasons painted love and loss. I learned what time would gain and cost. Yet somewhere deep, beneath the hue, I held the line, meeting you. One evening under autumn skies, 1,000 dreams behind my eyes, I walked the street we used to share, and felt her breath still linger there. The cafe stood, still sweet and small, the same red bricks, the same white wall, and something stirred, both old and new. She said, it was a pleasure meeting you. I went inside. The air was still, the light had that nostalgic thrill, and as I sat where once she sat, my heart began to beat like that. Then suddenly, a voice so dear, a tone my soul was born to hear. I turned and time itself withdrew. It was her. It was really you. She smiled, her eyes still soft, refined, a gentle grace the same aligned, and though the years had changed her face, her soul still shone with tender grace. She said, do you still come here too? I laughed. I never stopped, do you? Her cheeks turned pink. Her eyes turned shy. The cafe air began to sigh. We talked like souls reborn in flame, like nothing lost, like none to blame, each word a thread that stitched the seam of broken time and faded dream. She said she'd traveled, loved, and learned. She'd chased the life her youth had earned. But something still she never knew, why she remembered meeting you. My heart stood still, I couldn't speak, for tears had warmed my silent cheek. I smiled and said, some meetings stay, they never fade, they find their way. She nodded slow, her voice was low. The world has changed, the years now show, but something still feels just as true as that first time I met with you. The candles flickered, music played, our ghosts of youth began to fade, but what remained was sweet and new, a quiet peace only grew. Outside, the moon was silver bright, her hair caught stars, her eyes caught light. We walked beneath the evening's hue, and silence spoke between us two. No words of love, no grand declare, just presence calm, just knowing there that souls can part and yet align, like constellations still divine. She said, I often wondered why you lingered long within my sky. When life kept pushing me away, you stayed within my night and day. I said, perhaps some hearts are made to never let their echoes fade, to love beyond what they pursue, to live forever, meeting you. We stopped beside the willow tree, where once she laughed and looked at me. The years between us softly knelt, as though they too remembered, felt. She took my hand. No need to hide, and tears of joy we could not bide. The past and present both withdrew, and all that stayed was me and you. The air grew still, the stars looked down, the city lights, the silver town, and in her gaze I saw anew. She said, it was a pleasure meeting you. But now her voice was not goodbye, carried warmth, it carried why, as if she knew, as if she felt, the love that time could never melt. We spoke till dawn, we laughed, we cried, our souls no longer chose to hide, and when the first light kissed the dew, I whispered, still, I'm meeting you. She smiled and said, the years were long, but still you stayed within my song. Perhaps some meetings never part, they live forever in the heart. And then she leaned upon my chest, her breath like prayer, her touch like rest, and time itself knelt down to see how two souls found what's meant to be. She said, it was a pleasure then, and now it's more my love again. The night replied, the dream came true, and stars rejoiced, she's back with you. From strangers once, to souls entwined, from fleeting glance to fate designed, from quiet meetings' simple cue, to life reborn, me and you. Now when I hear the night wind sigh, or see the moonlight cross the sky, I know that love, when pure and true, will always whisper, meeting you. She said once, it was a pleasure, dear. Now whispers say, forever here. The first hello became the view of endless love, both old and new. So if one day you meet a gaze that stops your soul and sets ablaze, don't let it go, don't say adieu, for some words last a lifetime too. Now every dawn, I start anew, still hearing softly what I knew. She said, it was a pleasure meeting you.